Hey, what's up everyone? This is Cassius Methyl. I hope you're doing well on this Monday. It's a very interesting day with a lot of different things brewing. There are 3 grand trines today, and a Yod is starting to form between Neptune and Pluto, pointing to Mercury. Tomorrow this Yod goes exact, and I believe this stays a Yod until the peak of Jupiter square Saturn, which the peak is next Monday, August 3rd. So we have 3 grand trines. We have Mars squaring Uranus, making a light T-square to Pluto. That is the tension that you feel under this day. And I say under because the tension is majorly being disguised by the 3 grand trines. This is extremely interesting. And from a political perspective, I can see now why they may have planned Jade Helm for this week, this era. Anyway, Jupiter, okay, so the main highlight of this era is, of course, the square from Jupiter to Saturn. The only significance that I can basically attest to the significance of Venus retrograde is the fact that it's going to retrograde to conjoin Jupiter to both square Saturn to peak August 3rd, next Monday. So that's what's happening. What that does is, as I've explained several times, it's a huge, gigantic roadblock and a time to check yourself. But we also have a compulsive drive to want to do things, especially today with that grand fire trine between Uranus, Jupiter, and the Moon. There are conflicting energies today of wanting to do something and wanting to, burst out in flames, and just these roadblocks in our way. We keep trying to accomplish things. This isn't just me, I believe. I've seen a lot of people try to accomplish things today, yesterday. They have this enormous drive, but it's not working. Jupiter square Saturn will make roadblocks appear in your way to say, check yourself. Make sure you have the resources, intelligence, everything you need to do what you're trying to do. This is the time to check yourself. So, the grand fire trine adds to the fire of Mars square Uranus. Mars square Uranus is an erratic fire, a real erratic fire, and underlying, it's an erratic fire. Like, I don't know how to explain it better. So, you may just be going along today like, la la la, and then just boom, this fire just hits you. Because, some circumstance has to instigate it. You might feel great right now because of your personal astrology, but if something triggers it, this could just burst into flames right now. The Grand Water Trine also makes deep, watery thoughts. The Grand Water Trine between the South Node, the Sun, and Saturn. So, yeah, so that's today. There's a potential for fire and conflict. There's a potential to kind of feel out of it, watery, deeply imaginative, but possibly dysfunctionally. That's today. So Tuesday, as you can see, the Yod between Neptune, Pluto, pointing to Mercury goes exact. Not completely exact yet, but pretty exact. And it's also pretty telling that the Sun has been now sextiling the North Node and trining the South Node. So, yeah, it's a really weird, fateful set of configurations right here. You don't usually get, 3 grand trines, a T-square between Uranus, Mars, and Pluto, a Yod while you have these trines. When the universe does this, when you have the peak of this once every 10-year aspect, Saturn square Pluto, when all this stuff is happening, you have to understand the unlikeliness of the probability of this happening. It's incredible. This is some really powerful stuff being solidified. Some events that really will play into your whole destiny happening right now. You really have to watch these this week. This is the week to watch it. Not necessarily in a dangerous way, but kind of that too. This is the time when things are going to happen that have a major effect on the future. That's what a yod means. A yod points to a destiny. It's one of the only things that can point to a destiny, like the North Node, if that makes sense to you. So, something about Leo this week. Something about a fiery identity, a personality, something about the mind having a strong personality and fire. That's what the destiny point is pointing to this week. And the destiny point, the tip of the yod, Mercury in Leo, is also making a sextile to the destiny point in Libra. So, I can't stress how important this is. Basically, the energy of yesterday is going to continue into tomorrow, except Leo, this fiery, regal, bold, royal energy, is going to become the focal point of it. You're going to feel very complete, yet so challenged at the same time. And that's okay. You know, we need a time to check ourselves, or we won't have any motivation to make sure we do things right. So Wednesday. On Wednesday, the sun starts to, well, Mercury already conjoined the sun, but now the sun is also getting into where the yod is, and the yod is fully peaking with Mercury right now, as Mercury perfectly trines Pluto. This day, on Wednesday, when the moon conjoins Pluto to add to the yod, while Mercury is at the peak of the tip of the yod, oh man, Wednesday. On Wednesday, something's gonna break. Something's gonna break on Wednesday. Something will be decided. You will pierce into something with your mind, and you'll come up with something like an epiphany. If an epiphany were to come this week, I'd say it would probably come Wednesday. It could be... Wednesday is very intense. It's the same underlying energy of the last few days. You know, now it's on Wednesday. Thursday adds even more sacred quincunx energy to the mix, as the moon conjoins Ceres to make a quincunx to Venus and Jupiter. The quincunx, the green lines right there, that's a sacred aspect. A yod is, of course, comprised of two quincunxes pointing to a focal point. Quincunxes are kind of a neutral, offbeat, kind of Uranian and Aquarius type aspect. They're very unique, and not a lot of people interpret them correctly, I think. And they create something that's really significant to a destiny. They're sacred. They're different from other aspects. It's kind of hard to describe. So, the yod continues on this day, and Mercury starts to fade away from it, but the sun gets closer to locking into the next yod. The next yod. This is incredible. Of course, this fiery energy is still continuing, but starting to fade now. The grand trines... 2 grand trines are still in effect. This day may be a post-epiphany kind of day. You may feel exacerbated on this day, on Thursday, from the energy that has been going on, and you might feel kind of caring because of the moon's conjunction to Ceres. You might feel like a kind of relaxedness with your partner. You might feel kind of an appreciation for things. It will be kind of a break from the fieriness of the Mars square Uranus. So, that's Thursday. On Friday, it's the full moon in Leo and Aquarius. Friday is going to be yet another kind of breaking point. And the moon and Mars is still in a grand water trine with Saturn and Chiron. By Friday, you might feel very serious about the events that transpired last week. Shit, I'm talking like I'm serious right now. That's the Mars trine Saturn. That will make you feel dogmatically serious and very bold and, well, serious. You know, it's that grand water trine right there with Mars, Saturn, and Chiron. That is real serious drive towards destiny. It's incredible, honestly. So that's the full moon. It's energy continuing, and it's going to be pretty much a day of reflection. A lot has happened this week. Saturday. Well, Saturday, it's pretty much the same energy as before. It's continuing. It's going to feel like some post-event feeling. You know how Sunday feels? It kind of feels like a calm day of rest, I feel like this weekend will probably feel like that. So, Saturday, Sunday. On Sunday, you'll feel some more watery energy as the moon conjoins Neptune. And you might feel some kind of closure on Sunday. But Saturday and Sunday, you'll majorly feel the roadblock of Jupiter square Saturn in your way. You probably will want to reflect and not do much because it's going to peak on Monday when there is the next Yod. The next Yod on Monday is from Pluto, Neptune, and the Sun, and the Moon makes a quincunx to Jupiter and Venus while they square Saturn. Monday, something's going to happen. Not something bad, but something's going to happen. I feel kind of